Musical sound and noise. Musical sound refers to sound waves that produce a pleasant sensation in our ears and are considered enjoyable. Noise, on the other hand, refers to sound waves that cause discomfort and are considered unpleasant. Noise encompasses all non-musical sounds. Differentiating between musical sounds and noise can be challenging since what is pleasant to one person may be unpleasant to another. In general, sound waves created by regular, periodic vibrations are considered musical. Conversely, sound waves produced by irregular, non-periodic vibrations are categorized as non-musical or noise. Characteristics of musical sound and noise. Musical notes are distinguished by three main characteristics: pitch, loudness, and quality or timbre. Loudness and intensity. Loudness refers to the perceived magnitude of sound, while intensity is the rate at which sound energy flows through a unit area. To understand this, consider two tuning forks, A and B, of the same frequency. When struck, if you hold fork A close to your ear and then strike fork B hard and hold it close to your ear, you'll notice the sound is louder in the latter case. Similarly, if you strike fork A and place its stem on a wooden box or a door, you'll hear a louder sound. This is because more air is disturbed in the second and third cases due to the harder strike and the larger surface area of the box or door, resulting in a louder sound. The variation in loudness is primarily caused by differences in the amplitudes of vibration between the two situations. The loudness of sound is a measure of the sound energy reaching the ear per second. Greater the sound energy reaching our ears per second, louder the sound will appear to be. Additionally, the perception of loudness for a sound of a given intensity can vary from person to person. Even when two sounds have the same intensity, but different frequencies, they may be perceived with different loudness by the same listener due to the ear's varying sensitivity to different frequencies. The sensitivity of the ear is highest around 1 kHz for normal ears. Therefore, while intensity is an objective quantity that can be measured, loudness is subjective and depends on individual perception. Factors affecting the intensity of sound include 1. Amplitude. The intensity is directly proportional to the square of the amplitude of the vibrations. This means that as the amplitude increases, the intensity of the sound increases exponentially. 2. Distance from the source. The intensity decreases as the square of the distance between the source and the observer increases. This is known as the inverse square law. 3. Medium density. The intensity is directly proportional to the density of the medium in which the sound is propagating. Denser mediums will transmit sound with higher intensity. 4. Loudness and frequency. The loudness of a sound is influenced by both the intensity of the sound wave and the response of the ear, which is frequency dependent. Therefore, sound waves of the same intensity but different frequencies can be perceived with different loudness levels. Intensity and loudness are distinct concepts. Intensity refers to the energy per unit area of a sound wave and is unaffected by the ear's response, whereas loudness is influenced by both the energy of the sound wave and the ear's sensitivity. Measurement of loudness. The loudness of sound is typically measured in decibels dB, which represents the sound pressure level. 1 decibel. 1 decibel signifies a 26% increase in sound intensity. Human ears can detect sound levels ranging from 10 decibels to 180 decibels. Normal conversation falls within the range of 50 decibels to 60 decibels, while a normal human can tolerate up to 80 decibels. Sounds exceeding 80 decibels can be painful and lead to various health issues. The table below provides examples of sound levels in decibels and their effects on the human ear. Source of sound. Loudness level. Effect of sound on human ear. 1. Of whispering. 10 decibels, 25 decibels. Just audible. 2. Radio or TV at low volume. 30 decibels, 40 decibels. Quite audible, comfortable sound. 3. Conversation. 50 decibels, 60 decibels. Moderately loud sound. 4. Light vehicles. 60 decibels, 70 decibels. Very loud sound. 5. Mixer cum grinder busy crossing. 70 decibels, 80 decibels, very loud but tolerable sound. 6. Motorcycle heavy vehicle, 90 decibels, 105 decibels. Noise, very loud and uncomfortable. 7. Lightning, 120 decibels, 130 decibels, very uncomfortable loud sound. 8. Jet aeroplane, 130 decibels and above. Painful sound. Pitch. Pitch is the characteristic of a sound that determines its sharpness or frequency. It allows us to distinguish between sounds of equal loudness from different sources and with different frequencies. For example, pressing different keys on a harmonium can produce sounds of equal loudness but different pitches. While pitch and frequency are related, they are not the same. Subjective nature of pitch and objective nature of frequency. Pitch is subjective, varying based on the listener, while frequency is objective and specific to the sound source. A higher frequency results in a higher pitch or a shriller sound. When two notes have the same frequency, they are considered to be in unison. The wavelength of a sound wave is inversely proportional to its frequency, which also relates to pitch. Examples of change in pitch. In string instruments, such as piano, violin and guitar, the frequency of vibrations of a string depends on the tension and thickness of the string. A note of higher pitch can be obtained by vibrating the string under high tension or by vibrating a thinner string. 2. In flute, a lower note is obtained by closing some more holes so that the length of the vibrating air column increases. 3. The voice of a woman is usually of a higher pitch than that of a man. Quality or timbre. This characteristic distinguishes notes of different instruments that have the same frequencies and loudness. It arises from the different waveforms produced by various musical instruments. The sound from different instruments varies in A. Wavelength, B. Loudness, and C. Waveform. Wavelength is related to frequency or pitch, so a change in wavelength alters the pitch. The fundamental or principal vibration is a vibration with the lowest frequency and maximum amplitude, while the subsidiary or secondary vibrations are vibrations at frequencies that are integer multiples of the fundamental frequency, with smaller amplitudes. The superposition of all these vibrations results in the waveform of the sound we hear. Each vibrating body has its own characteristic waveform, allowing for identification of the vibrating body without seeing it. The quality of a note is determined by its waveform, with different instruments producing waves of varying forms. The difference in waveforms arises because musical instruments produce numerous subsidiary notes in addition to the main note. For example, notes played on instruments like the piano or clarinet have many subsidiary notes, while notes from a tuning fork have none. This variance in subsidiary notes is influenced by factors like the instrument's shape, size, and material. Consequently, the resulting waveform of a musical note from each instrument is distinct, allowing for differentiation between instruments such as guitar and violin, even without seeing them. Similarly, we can recognize the voices of two known individuals over the phone due to the unique quality of their notes. This ability to produce musical notes is common, but true singers are rare. This rarity is due to the superior quality of sound they produce, which has a more pleasing effect on our ears. Distinguishing factors between musical sound and noise. 1. Musical sounds are pleasant to hear, while noise is unpleasant. 2. Musical sounds occur at regular intervals and in a consistent pattern, whereas noise is irregular. 3. Musical sounds exhibit a consistent waveform without sudden changes in loudness, frequency, or wavelength, whereas noise shows variability in these aspects.